And you can do whatever voice you want for me.
Emma doesn't talk that much in court.
I can do Emma and Phoenix. Maybe.
Or that works too.
Yeah, you can do whatever voice you want for Meekins. Or any of them, so. Kind of funny to see with different voices. Or the same voices, that's fine.
I kind of want to do all the voices just to.
You want to do Emma too?
Try him out.
Let's just play the game when you're on. Just play everyone.
You want to do Emma too?
I mean, I'll do Emma and Meekins.
Emma and Meekins, okay. I'll do Phoenix.
Yeah. So, what do you think, Mr. White?
I think the prosecution is as confused as we are. After all.
Oh, now we have Lana.
Oh, Lana.
The victim was murdered in 2 different places at the same time. And a different suspect was arrested at each of the crime scenes.
Lana!
Good morning, Mr. Wright. I apologize for yesterday. I was indisposed.
I hope they didn't hold you too long for questioning.
We just finished, actually. I'm used to all-nighters, though.
So, how'd it go?
It's as Mr. Wright suspects. The police are clueless. Well, that's not surprising. It figured as much, so I struck a plea bargain.
Wait a second.
A plea bargain? What do you mean by that?
We agreed that if I told them the truth behind this simultaneous murder, they wouldn't seek capital punishment. That's what I mean, Emma.
But Lana, don't tell me you...
Hey, Doc.
Much to my regret, I'm as much in the dark about this as they are.
Miss Sky. We found trace evidence of a certain person in the police department's evidence room. They belong to Officer Jake Marshall.
What kind of trace evidence?
Blood-stained fingerprints, to be exact.
Dun dun dun.
Dun dun dun. It's fun. I got people in here reading for me, so it's nice. Kind of sit back and enjoy it a little bit more. That's the trump card I have up my sleeve today. Yeah, we've been doing this for 3.5 hours and my voice isn't crying, so. And it's more entertaining for you guys, so. You understand what this means, don't you?
In order to defend my sister, you're going to accuse Mr. Marshall?
Oh, yeah. We have to play the cards we're dealt. Isn't that right, Miss Sky?
Do what you have to, Mr. Wright. You're talking to us right now, Umbra.
You started talking to someone, Doc? What do you mean?
All right. Court is now in session for the trial of Miss Lana Sky.
The defense is ready, Your Honor.
The prosecution is... I'm afraid you have to clarify. It takes 30 minutes by car to reach the police department from the prosecutor's office. Yes. Yet the victim, Bruce Goodman, was slain at both time. But that's not physically possible, is it?
A girl? Ooh.
What's more, I hear the victim from the evidence room just disappeared.
Yes, and the body eventually reappeared in the trunk of Mr. Edgeworth's car.
Wow, this is one messed up trial.
One of my duties as prosecutor is to present impartial evidence. Today, I will present evidence relating to the murder at the police department.
They're innocent. I was there. Ooh, a new witness.
I guess just in case, I don't remember if Lana Sky talks up much in this at all. If she does, you can take her, Domino.
Okay.
In doing so, I believe the way in which we should proceed will reveal itself.
Now that's what sets Mr. Edgeworth apart. He sounds so on top of things.
I won't interject anything like that.
Oh. I was like, why is she waiting?
my mind did a little wander there.
He's very on top of things.
Like, should I say something?
even though he doesn't know what's going on himself.
And that's supposed to be an admirable trait?
Very well. Let the trial resume.
Esky, I kind of ship Phoenix and Edgy a little bit, and it can interfere.
On the day of the crime, what exactly transpired at the police department? Mr. Edgeworth, you may call your first witness of the day to the stand. For its first witness, the prosecution calls the suspect of the murder that occurred at the police department. The suspect? You mean the so-called murderer?
Nobody believes he's a murderer. Oh boy.
Things are getting... Oh, that's you.
Things are getting wild from the get-go.
I don't know why it moves to Edgeworth. Will the witness please state his name and occupation?
Yes, sir. I am Officer Mike Meekins, sir. My occupation is, that will be murderer, sir.
Wait a second.
What does
Wait.
that pay? So you're telling us you're a professional killer?
Sir, it was me, sir. I'm the one who did it. I'll never kill anyone again, sir. You gotta believe me, sir.
Oh my.
Actually, what we'd like to hear from you is...
What you would call part of the younger generation. A person whose actions adults can't possibly comprehend.
How young is he?
Please, Mr. Edgeworth, sir. Help me, sir. Officer Meekins.
Yes, sir.
Give us your report of the crime. Consider that in order.
Yes, sir. As you wish. After all, I am part of a generation that must be told what to do, sir.
Oh my god. When was this? Like in the 90s? So like millennials?
This case was 2007.
Oh god.
So yeah, millennial. No,
can't
millennials ended like age before that.
You can't fault him for a lack of enthusiasm.
True.
Witness testimony.
Yeah, I don't know if you have to read that part.
Although it's not my normal duty, I was assigned to guard the evidence room that day. I spotted a suspicious man on the security screen and rushed into the room. I was only doing what I was trained to do, sir. I was suddenly attacked. I fought for my life. Then I did it. After that, I passed out until another officer smacked me awake.
Poor Meekins. What a month in 2007.
I don't know what
Smart
month.
ass. Wait.
I
Were
think
you
it
really
was
born in 2007?
early.
Shit. What would 2007 birthday be? 1 to 22. Yeah. All right. All right, Doc.
I'm sorry, it's 2009. So the victim, Detective Goodman, attacked you.
Do unto others before they do unto you!
Oh god. Why do I feel like that's actually Meekins' voice? Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the Meekins family motto, sir.
I see. Then you fainted and a colleague helped you regain consciousness.
Yes, sir. He knocked me up outside the head, sir.
Very well. The defense may begin its cross-examination.
What I need here is more info to work with.
Cross-examination. Although it's not my normal duty.
You already read these.
Okay.
Yeah,
yeah. You're good. You're good.
You were at least
Okay.
alive, yes, Doc. Mr. Meekins, you work in the General Affairs Department, do you not?
Yes, sir. I am in charge of hiring new recruits, sir.
Yikes. Now there's a scary thought. Why does he keeps hitting his hurt hand?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Evidence transfer was taking place on the day of the crime, which meant many officers were given special tasks not ordinarily performed.
was in charge of guarding the Blue Badger, sir.
Oh boy, who's voicing the Blue Badger?
Wait, the Blue Badger has a voice?
I don't know. We can.
Oh.
But I guess if it comes up, we'll keep
Squid wants
going.
more
If it
voices. He
comes
can
up,
do it.
I'll try.
Yeah, Squid can have it.
I'll do the
Blue
witnesses
Badger.
and shit. Yes, sir. The lovely police mascot created by the chief of detectives, sir. I was to ensure it wasn't broken during the transferal process.
He's so soothing. Look at him. He's so happy.
Oh, I hope you like this music.
You did warn me about that, didn't you?
That was my sole mission for the day, sir.
Did I? I don't know if I did. I see. Sounds like a very important mission.
After the award ceremony finished that day, there were so many people running around that I recollected the Blue Badger to the evidence room.
Oh, so that's why you went into the evidence room. Tell us, what did you see when you got there?
Oh, I've said
Hold
this
it.
already.
In order to enter the evidence room, you need an ID card, am I correct?
Precisely, sir. I have one right here around my neck.
It's him
So
saluting
then,
too.
your ID number should be listed on here, right?
There it is! I found it!
God.
There's one right here!
Could you please read us the number?
Yes, sir! It's 4989596! That's my number, sir!
I see, huh? But the number 4989596
Well, there's one.
is shown being used twice.
Please explain, witness.
It's no real mystery, sir! Oh. First time is when I relocated the Blue Badger into the evidence room. And the second time is when I went to get him after everything settled down.
So it was during that second time when...
Yes, sir! That was when I spotted the man on the security screen.
You know, we never got to look at the video.
Oh, don't worry.
Oh shit, we did. Yeah.
I think you just keep pressing, yeah.
So you were attacked. Can you please tell us exactly what happened to you?
Oh boy. It was a knife, sir! A knife!
Detective Goodman pulled a knife on you. What happened then?
Well, with me charging in on him like that, he looked as surprised as I was.
You aren't exactly the kind of person who would want to run into.
That's when I reacted, sir. I swung my arms like an octopus, struggling to detain him. That's how I got this gash on my hand. Maybe if you just kept your cool, your hand wouldn't be... When I saw the blood trickling down my arm, I panicked. I grabbed the man by his collar.
Yeah, you're good.
What exactly do you mean when you say, I did it?
I know I don't look the top, but I'm really into kung fu films, sir.
Ah.
The man let his guard down for just an instant, so I snatched his knife from him.
You took his knife?
I spun around and performed a disarming maneuver. I made sure to close my eyes like a man.
What?
What?
I see. He must have been
Felix sees he
desperate.
didn't.
The next thing I knew, his white coat was drenched in a sea of my blood, and then the next thing I knew,
Yes.
he punched me right in my face, sir!
He's a Bruce Lee fan, exactly.
Yeah, he did not do well.
About what time did you regain consciousness?
No offense, sir, how am I supposed to know that? I was unconscious.
Oh, right.
According to the report from the officer that woke up the witness, it was about 5:30.
He hit me right in the head, too. I woke up crying tears of pain.
That's nice.
Nice?
Or, I mean, it's nice that you recovered, that is.
When I came round, though, I made sure to finish my mission, sir.
Your mission?
Yes, sir. The Blue Badger, sir. I returned to...
I assume he finished. His voice
Yeah.
cut out.
Yeah,
Your
he's
voice
finished.
cut out, sorry.
Oh.
He finished it.
Well, we can all rest easy now. The Blue Badger is safe.
I believe we now have a fairly accurate picture of what happened.
Fucking hell.
Yes, Your Honor. Yes, sorry. Only one thing remains unclear. Was the man this officer murdered really the victim?
He's got a point.
Yes, Officer Meekins?
With regard to that, sir. Take a look at this. It was sent to my jail cell.
Finally, we get the video.
Chief Gant delivered it to me just this morning, sir.
The chief. The chief. Okay. Edward doesn't talk in any court much.
Delivered it?
What is this? Videotape?
You know, the judge is like saying all Edward's lines.
Yeah, the judge is talking a good bit.
Yes, sir. That's absolutely right, sir. A videotape, sir.
You notice a
Deep
lot
breath,
more when you're actually
Meekins.
reading it.
It's from the security camera in the evidence room.
Objection. What? But I specifically asked if there was such a tape. And was told it had been mistakenly erased. That's quite a mistake.
I just do what I'm told, sir. It's the only thing I'm really good at.
Looks like communication with the PD is as good as ever.
Well then, let's have a look. Show us the video of you murdering the victim.
Oh, please stop using that word murder, sir. It scares me.
Video of a real murder. Just what are we getting ourselves into? Alright, apples. God damn it. I
random
don't know
sound
how
is
to
you.
take the super scary sounds off of the random. Jeez.
Hey,
Hi,
apples.
I have Tay and Squid in here doing voices for me.
Oh boy, video time.
I'm 14.
You ready, kids, to witness a murder?
Lady in a white coat.
I'm guessing that's good, man.
Thank you, SK. They dropped something.
Well, that is Goodman's locker. There's Meekins.
No.
Gets attacked. Okay.
She.
R// kill the cameraman, man.
Knocked out.
Huh. Meekins gets fucking yeeted into the locker. Well, that was absolutely not helpful.
Well, I believe we're all thinking the same thing. How can we deal with these unsettling feelings stirred within us? Yes, that's what I'm thinking.
Exactly.
What the hell was that wriggling piece of plywood?
Sure, that was the pride and joy of the entire criminal affairs department, sir. It's the Blue Badger, sir.
Why am I not surprised this isn't going smoothly?
Yes, well, anyway. This tape seems to prove that the witness did encounter someone in the evidence room, and some sort of activity did take place. Your Honor, wow. Instead of relying on clearly incomplete footage, the witness's testimony will suffice.
All right, bye, apples. You have fun too.
Is that all right with you, Officer Meekins?
Yes, sir. As you wish, sir. Witness testimony.
He like doesn't have a chin. It just ends.
Yeah. His face can't be clearly seen in the video.
Bossy! Hi, Bossy. How you doing? We got voices now. It'll be more entertaining.
But there's no question that the other person was Detective Goodman, sir. I mean, he opened the locker, which required Detective Goodman's fingerprint to do. The locker he opened is unquestionably Detective Goodman's locker, sir.
He's very adamant about this.
So it must be him! No one else could have unlocked it!
Oh, Lord.
What's this about a fingerprint? Each detective has been given a locker, equipped with a fingerprint-activated lock.
Just okay, Bossy?
These locks ensure that each locker can only be opened by the detective it belongs to. Intriguing. That would mean the victim at the crime scene would have to have been Detective Goodman. Very well. The defense may now begin its cross-examination.
I don't know where this cross will lead, but everything begins with contradictions. That's where I have to start.
Cross-examination. Okay.
Hold it!
Or
Tell me,
make
were you able to get a good look at him? At the face of the man who attacked you with a knife?
Sir, if you must label people as having seen or not seen the man's face, I believe I would be classified as the latter.
Yeah, I hadn't seen it. The latter, but you were standing right in front of him, were you not?
Sorry.
Okay.
More to the point, you are the person who fought him, aren't you? Right when I was getting water again.
Oh, yes, sir, but I didn't get a clear look at his face, sir. I'm not the kind of guy who looks directly at people when talking with them, you see?
Oh. Yeah, that's a good trait for a police officer.
Still, I'm sure it was him! I bet my badge on it!
That's what you're doing. But you don't know that for sure. Yes, he does. Shout yourself out. No.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he does voices.
Thank you.
He also yells at me and tries to tease me.
Oh, my cyberpunk clip.
You never actually saw Detective Goodman's face.
Well, I suppose you might say that. That is, if you must label people as having seen or not seen it.
Oh, wait. Is it the same response? Okay, go ahead. Sorry.
Since his face can't be identified in the video, only you can verify it.
Sorry. Oh no. Why is everyone looking at me? If I had to label your stares as disturbing or...
Meekins! Wow, that was a lot deeper. I haven't been shown a questionable video at best. We are not in the best of mood. Now, please be more certain when you testify.
Yes, sir.
Oh,
You claim the man who brandished a knife on you was Bruce Goodman. Tell us why you are positive it was him.
Unless we chopped off fingers.
Mm-hmm.
About those lockers, there's no other way to open them.
No, sir! I myself tried all kinds of methods in the past.
And why were you trying those methods, Meekins?
Oh, don't worry about it.
Sus.
They only respond to registered fingerprints, sir.
I wonder what kind of methods he's tried.
If the man opened the locker's lock, which only responds to his registered fingerprints, then he must be the person the locker was assigned to.
Exactly my point, sir! And this too!
How do you know that information?
I've heard rumors, sir, from people in the know, sir.
People in the know.
The workers at the department cafeteria, sir. They keep me informed.
Nice.
They also listen to my romantic troubles, sir.
For the record, the open locker did indeed belong to Detective Goodman.
That's
I verified this information through a more reliable source.
Hey, don't mock the lunch ladies. They know everything.
So the victim opened the locker with his own fingerprint. No one else could have unlocked it.
Yeah.
Right.
However, the most important detail is not shown in this video. The man's face.
Sir! If I may say something, sir.
Please do. After all, you are the one being examined.
I don't understand why the man's face is so important in this case, sir. Oh my fucking god. I mean, it was his hand that opened the fingerprint lock.
The demo fest is gonna eat so much of your space. Yeah, just do one at a time.
And it was his hand that tried to thrust his knife into my body, sir.
I think he succeeded.
My unsettled state can testify enough to this, sir.
I think your unsettled state is a constant presence. What are you looking forward to most? There's one where you kill the princess. I thought that looked cool.
Yes, you have a point. The footage doesn't lie. That is, unless the defense can find a problem with it.
Oh boy.
Mr. Wright, let's check the court record again.
Sure.
Of course there's a problem.
Sure. Yeah, that's a good idea.
I mean, people warned me about this.
Yeah.
Like,
save the shit.
Regarding the video contained on this tape, there's one thing in particular that seems rather strange.
Strange.
Ooh, seasonal letter to the future. Sorry. Contradiction leads to possibility that the man may not have been Detective Goodman.
What? This video contains such a contradiction? Objection. Interesting. Yes, Mr. Edgeworth? I propose we have the defense point out to us this alleged contradiction in the video.
He would want me to point it out. Bossy, this game is so great. It's fantastic. It's hilarious.
Very well. Proposal accepted. Let us further inspect this piece of evidence. I will now play the security tape. Mr. Wright, please show us the contradiction you speak of.
Alright. So I guess it doesn't show him leaving, maybe. Is that a contradiction?
No, you're right. It doesn't show him leaving the room.
I have to point out a problem in the video. I keep wanting to show the card. The card was found in the garage, so he wouldn't have had the card on him. But I don't...
Well, remember what we were talking about now, we're leading up to this, is he opened the locker.
So that's not on the video. Oh, sorry.
You can do it, Mr. Wright. It's set up so you can fast forward, rewind, or pause the video. Just take a good look and be sure to point out the right thing. Please don't play it too many times. I can't stand watching this video.
He does get assaulted.
How did this guy ever become a police officer?
It'd
Yeah,
be a
you
little
can close your eyes.
traumatizing.
Yeah.
Now then, Mr. Wright, please enlighten us. Where is the contradiction that indicates the man may not be Detective Goodman?
So, right here. Okay, right here it's closed.
The light is still lit up.
The light is on.
locker.
The light is on.
It's only on that one, though.
Wait.
The hand. The glove.
Yeah, you can rewind.
Yeah, rewind. Is that a glove that dropped?
Yeah.
Oh, you're right. It was a glove.
It was the glove that was hanging on the police tape.
That glove may have been covered in Goodman's prints.
Well, that glove is the one with the SL9 tag, so it's evidence it's falling out of the locker. That's not the glove that's on his hand. Or
This is the actual video, yep.
yeah, apparently it's his theme. So all the characters have different themes.
Oh, this is the Blue
Music.
Badger theme.
Yeah, this guy has his own music. Should I click on his hand or the light? Or the glove?
Do you want to know?
Yes.
The light above the locker.
Because the light indicates it was already opened.
Yeah.
I
Doesn't
think
it?
so.
Yeah.
The thing that's strange about this video has got to be this. Officer Meekins.
Sir! Do you mean me, sir?
As I understand it, the locker apparatus works like this. When you grab the handle, a sensor reads your fingerprint if it's a match.
Oh, it's Bird. Oh, you don't know who that is.
Who
Never
is
mind, keep
it?
going.
Oh.
It's someone you meet in the second game.
Okay. The light turns on and the lock is released.
According to my very limited experience, that's the way I understand it, sir.
If so, then something is seriously wrong with this picture. So, Bossy, there is investigation times, so it's flashing back on the times we investigate, and there's trial times. So you have to do your investigation in the trial, and it's a really good, interesting way to present a mystery. Plus, all the characters are fantastic.
Yeah, so that character, you'll meet her in the first case of the next game.
Oh, well, it's my first game like it, so... Wait.
It's just playing.
Oh.
Watch closely, kids.
When the victim reaches for the handle to open the locker... Let's rewind to a little earlier.
Get used to the music.
Here, notice the light? What's it? Oh, sorry.
What's this? It's already lit.
Precisely my point, Your Honor. The locker was already open before the victim grabbed the handle. Oh my god!
Order! What's the meaning of this?
It's very simple, Your Honor. The locker wasn't locked on the day of the crime.
Objection. But the locker's locks are controlled by an electronic system. When a door is shut, a sensor is triggered. And the locker is automatically locked. Oh, it must have broken down. Of course, I'm not an expert in this. That's not likely, Your Honor. The sensor would detect and report any malfunction. To the cowboy who doesn't know how computers work.
Right?
Oh well, it just goes to show novices should keep their mouths shut. So then, Mr. Wright, do you have an explanation?
Me, Your Honor?
Yes. Why wasn't the locker locked?
Me, Your Honor? Yes, well, you see, this isn't exactly my field. What do you think, Miss Scientific Investigator?
Oh, maybe something like jammed the system sensor?
Something jammed the sensor. Say something else that seems out of place in this video.
Yeah, I thought so too. There's gotta be another clue somewhere in this footage.
Very well. Let's inspect the video once more. The locker wasn't locked. Mr. Wright, please point out the cause for this. Alright.
Oh boy.
It was the glove. So the glove was like in the door. Right?
Yeah, they must have blocked it.
Please watch closely. This is the continuation of the part I showed you earlier.
At least
The
they turned the
music
music off.
Yeah,
they turned the music off.
Blessed in silence. What's this? Something white fell out of the locker.
But Chad, it's been my experience that things fall out when doors are opened.
He's still conscious.
I have to fall out and roll great distances.
Nope.
Sorry.
No, that
when
wasn't
I opened the car door, that's what it said.
you.
We can't be sure that the item was completely inside the locker to begin with.
What do you mean?
Sensor triggers the lock when the doors are shut. What if something was inserted, say, between the sensor and the door?
And inserted?
You heard that word before, Judge? Sorry. Look a little confused.
Your head is in a different place, doll.
It is not. That wasn't even y'all turn.
Okay.
That wasn't.
Oh, is it just because he faltered on it?
That was a word. It wasn't.
Thinking about
It was a
edgy
word.
thinking about edgy on top of things, and then thinking
It
of
wasn't
insertions.
even that. It was. I just wanted them to have dinner, you know, hold hands. Y'all are like putting things on top of things and inside of things.
That was you earlier. You want to go clip it?
This white
You'll
thing
show you the
wasn't-
evidence right here.
This white thing wasn't inside the locker. It was stuck between the door and the sensor.
It's too bad we couldn't keep the steak to present to Edgeworth. Like, look at dinner.
Oh, I understand now, sir. It's just like my tie. 2 out of 3 times it gets stuck in the door when I get out of my patrol vehicle, sir.
How does that even...
Instead of the door
It's
closing,
tucked in.
my tie chokes me.
But the object would have to be extremely thin to fit in the door. Not only that, it would also have to block electrical currents. It would need to be an insulator. You know what that is? Yes, an insulator. But the crime scene... Oh, the judge knows what that is.
The judge
But the
knows
crime
what an
scene...
insulator is, but not an insertion. There just might have been something that fits the description.
But, sir, by insulator, you don't mean...
I think I finally got this figured out.
Very well. Will the defense please present the relevant evidence?
Meekins for president, yes.
What was this insulator that was stuck in the locker door? We have a lot of evidence. Yeah.
Yeah, this is the most evidence I've ever had.
Take that!
I found this near the locker, a thin rubber glove.
But we can't be sure that was in the victim's locker.
It has a tag that says the SL9 incident.
Duh.
The video seems to depict the victim opening the locker. But that isn't the case. The lit lamp attests to this. On the day of the crime, even I could have opened that locker. Is this not so, Officer Meekins? Wait, it's not him, is it?
Yes, sir!
That's not who. Order, order, order.
Meekins isn't the murderer, is he?
Well. So are we to believe then that the victim, whom this witness stabbed in the evidence room, was not Detective Goodman? Objection. Don't be misled, Your Honor. What do you mean, Mr. Edgeworth? The defense has merely demonstrated that possibility and nothing more. The victim in this video was indeed Bruce Goodman. The prosecution will offer one more testimony to prove this.
What?
Officer Meekins, please testify about this. I'm not going to explain what this is.
Sir! Me, sir? I'm not sure what you're referring to, sir.
Exactly. I'm just not going to tell you.
Oh! You mean that, sir? Of course, sir!
Nice slam.
Is this a joke?
Very well, begin your testimony.
Witness testimony. There's one other thing that proves the man was Detective Goodman, sir. To enter the evidence room, one must use the ID card. When an ID card is used, there's a record of it. At the time of the crime, the detective had used his card.
ID card, a record, I see. I have the ID card record right here, Your Honor. The ID used at 514 is that of the victim. Just before the crime, Yes, without a doubt, this is the victim's ID. However, one thing does strike me as unusual. Several hundred cases should have been due for transferal. Why were there so few people using this room? The judge is really smart in this case.
Yeah.
This particular evidence room is only used for storing certain special cases.
Special cases?
Extremely violent cases involving police staff.
Just hearing that makes my hair stand on end.
Me too. That doesn't make much of a difference. My hair's already spiky.
There were only a few cases for transferal there, and most were cleared up by... Now, let us move on to the cross-examination.
It's time to
All right.
press.
Cross-examination.
So, unlike your earlier testimony, you believe this to be rock solid, do you?
Yes, sir. Solid as stone, sir.
Hey, Ducky.
If my hand wasn't wrapped in bandages, I'd even give the V for victory song, sir.
Oh my god.
He has the right hand.
Yeah.
Couldn't he just use his
something.
right hand for that?
Right?
Let's hear him out fully.
Love you too, Ducky.
As we've seen, one never knows when he might say until the last second.
Okay.
Is that card hanging from your neck one of those ID cards?
Yes, sir. This card right next to me cuff, sir. I keep it here so I won't ever forget it.
But what if someone were to steal it from you, keeping it out in the open like that?
I shouldn't wear it around my neck. Remember when I said 2 out of 3 times
boy.
my tie gets caught, gets stuck when I get out of my car? Well, the remaining time, it's my ID card that gets stuck. Instead of the door closing, my ID card...
Jokes, man.
Maybe I should just leave this one alone.
At any rate, each police officer only has one ID card. Both the police department and the prosecutor's office can attest to this. Please proceed with your testimony.
Okay.
Let it be noted that this record the witness referred to.
Let me see. Yes, that would be it. Detective Goodman.
What's the matter? You're annoyed somebody blocked you? Who blocked you?
According to this... Mr. Edgeworth, your name is on here. So it is, Your Honor.
Person on an app. I'm sorry. You probably didn't need them in your life anyways.
Not that prosecutor again. Maybe he's behind all this. Being a
Mumble,
prosecutor,
mumble.
he could hide the evidence. Mommy!
Is that the man in blue a murderer? Shh, don't stare at him.
I don't know what that said. It would seem.
Hey, Bo Plays. Welcome. It happens too often. I mean, there are all kinds of people here. So you find the ones that like you and ignore the ones that don't.
The inquiry committee will want to speak with you again today. I just realized, who brings their kid to a murder trial?
Yeah, what the hell?
I have nothing to be ashamed of regarding my actions or their consequences. For now, let us continue with the cross-examination.
Poor Mr. Edgeworth. It must be so difficult for him.
I'll take care of him later. It's okay. 10 out of 10 content right here. Yeah, because it's much better than when I was doing it by myself. It's 100%, 200% better.
Hey!
Not to
there's
mention
three
the
of
fact
us.
that we can keep going, you know?
Yeah,
It would be hard with two, even.
Yeah.
yeah.
Especially if you're bouncing voices around.
Right. Hydrate.
Okay,
Everybody hydrate.
Yeah, I've got water. The judge. Every time I go to drink water, like the judge will just cut in sometimes. It's like, oh, okay, suddenly I'm talking.
You should hydrate yourself. We are hydrating.
Oh,
I still have to do they took over my day yesterday.
Okay.
I was going to finish everything. And then today I was going to finish everything. But then,
I'm back.
Tay's like, hey, I can do it. Okay. Ooh, he's open. Is that beer or soda?
Soda.
I've got
Ginger
soda
ale.
and water.
Alright.
Alternating between.
Have you played this, Bo Plays? Earlier, I believe you testified that when you asked the man to show his ID card, he slashed you with a knife.
Yes, sir! You didn't show me any ID card, sir!
Don't you think that's odd? I mean, if he had his ID card, all he had to do was show it to you. There wouldn't be any reason to draw a knife. Except for fun.
Maybe he just panicked?
Everything stems from contradictions. Let's point them out.
Mr. Wright, what do you think?
I'm confused.
What?
The problem with this ID card testimony is far too obvious.
Oh.
It's not like Edgeworth to miss something like this.
You're thinking too hard about it. Come on, let's show them what we've got.
Oh, you know what?
What?
It's probably because you have the ID card. Because it was in the parking lot.
Yeah, it was in the parking lot, so...
Yeah. Which one of these? I think he says... Yeah, this
He
one.
had used his card.
Yeah, he had used his
He would
So
have
if he
still
used
had the
it-
card. Maybe? Try it?
Right?
I think so. Yeah.
Also, I don't have to try and figure it out by myself. Wait one moment, Officer Meekins.
I'm not good at waiting, sir!
I'm just picturing him standing in the stand doing the little pee-pee dance or something. I have the victim's ID card right here. I found it at the crime scene.
That makes sense.
The other crime scene. When I say crime scene, I'm not referring to the evidence room at the PD. I mean the other crime scene. The underground parking lot at the prosecutor's office. Your Honor, I have one more piece of evidence to present. It's a very important clue regarding the victim's ID card.
A lost item report. It's only half completed.
But it shows that Detective Goodman had lost something on the day of the crime. Something important enough to fill out this report.
Let me guess. You believe this something to be his ID card, right?
See, isn't my voice as deep as Tay?
Yeah.
I can do the guy's
Absolutely.
voice too, right? Yeah, see? I can't say for sure, but there's a high probability. On the day of the crime, Detective Goodman was not carrying his card.
Order, order. Wrong voice. So now, what does this all mean?
It can only mean one thing. It doesn't even require much thought. The man Officer Meekins encountered in the evidence room was not Detective Goodman, but rather the man who stole his ID card.
What?
What? What?
Order, order, order. Does the prosecution have a response? No. I have only one. I have only one thing to say to the defense. Bravo, Mr. Wright.
Bravo?
Allow me to summarize the defense's argument. At 5:15 p.m. on the day of the crime, the man in the evidence room Officer Meekins encountered was not Detective Goodman. There are two grounds to support this. First, the locker in the evidence room was already unlocked.
Canoe, what's up? Hello, good sir. You can do a shout out if you want.
Second, the victim lost his ID card. Am I correct so far, Mr. Wright?
Yes, darling. What's he up to?
That being the case, we must inevitably arrive at a single conclusion. If the victim in this video is a fake,
You're about to spend 3 million gold on feathers and OSRS. Why? 10?
to go fishing. Fly
You're going
fishing like
fishing?
crazy. I assume it's for fly fishing. I don't know what else you use feathers for.
T-minus 2 minutes. Alright, Canoe. Drive safe, okay?
Then
Yeah,
the
Squid's
murderer
in
in
here
this
doing voices,
evidence
so.
room is also fake. In other words, the security camera does not show the instant of the murder. Oh, he just turned around and saw him.
That's what I meant. That's right.
Is something wrong, Mr. Wright? Only moments ago, you seemed content to be pointing your finger around.
I like to point my finger. I'm sorry. This isn't going to end well.
Tisku, tisku, tisku. Well, well, it seems you finally realized exactly what you've gone to such lengths to prove. Explain yourself, Mr. Edgeworth. The defense has already done the explaining for me. The victim in this video is a fake, which means the murder did not take place at the police department at 5:15 on the day of the crime.
Doesn't it make it so much easier while I wait in the middle of the sentence for you to finish it?
So the real crime could only take place at one location, the underground parking lot.
I thought there was more blood in the evidence room.
At the prosecutor's office, the murderer being Miss Lana Sky, the defendant. Yeah, there was. The evidence is compelling. A trustworthy witness observed the moment the defendant used the murder weapon.
Cutting U-logs for gold? Really? Ah! Ah! I knew that testimony was way too shabby. It was all a trap from the beginning.
The activity in the evidence room still leaves many questions unanswered.
You know, Apples plays OSRS, and so does Ducky, actually.
And, Luke.
Oh,
Who
Luke
exactly
plays
was the victim Officer Meekins encountered? And where did this person disappear to? However, this trial's purpose is to examine only the murder of Detective Goodman. Yes, a bow. Just so, Your Honor.
Mr. Wright, you have to do something or else Lana...
What do I do? How am I supposed to get myself out of this mess?
Yeah, you wait and see. No,
we're gonna object. Get a bond? One moment, Your Honor.
What now, Mr. Wright? Don't tell me you're objecting to what you just proven.
Of course not. I almost walked right into the prosecution's trap.
What are you talking about?
This cross-examination has proved only one thing and one thing only. The security video did not show the actual murder. Why do you need a bond, Bossy?
RuneScape's a subscription game. Bonds are like the premium membership. It's a way to get with in-game currency instead of paying for it.
That's cool. Congratulations. Good for you.
It unlocks a lot more in the game. Why is this clip going so long?
However, it cannot be said that it is unrelated to the murder in the parking lot. Specifically, large amounts of blood traces were found in the evidence room. The defense demands further examination into the truth of the matter.
Mr. Edgeworth. Yes, Your Honor.
You look so bored.
If this court were to examine this further, other witnesses will be necessary. Is the prosecution prepared? I'm sorry, Your Honor. The prosecution considered the incident at the police department to be unrelated. We have not prepared any other witnesses for this incident.
This just might be my chance. Time to call a certain Texas Ranger to the stand.
Hey, do you mind if I do him?
Sure,
Marshall.
Go for it.
Mr. Wright, do you...
Oh,
I'm going to be giving a testimony, so you're going to be reading a lot again, if that's fine.
That's fine. I mean,
all right,
it gives us an even number of characters to voice.
Well, I was going to say, if I'm taking Marshall, you can have Edgeworth.
Yeah.
But I'll keep Edgeworth. You can have Marshall.
Okay. Probably need more than enough gold for... Wow, that game sounds really complicated. I've watched Apples play it.
There's a lot to it.
The defense would like to request a specific witness.
Oh, whom do you have in mind?
Someone we have reason to believe knows the truth. The truth behind the activities that took place in the evidence room.
The prosecution requests to hear this person's name.
No, I'm not going to tell you. It's just going to be a secret.
That's what he did earlier. Before deciding whether or not to comply.
I'm not doing that intentionally.
Explaining like anything. No, you're fine. Very well then, Miss. This person whom you would have to testify, what is his or her name? That's not many people. I thought there were more people in this case.
Yeah.
Thinks he's a cowboy.
Jake Marshall.
Oh yeah, he just grew up in LA, that's right.
Officer Jake Marshall.
Why him?
Can't let Edwards know everything just yet. He's in charge of the evidence room. I feel we should hear what he has to say.
The prosecution agrees with the defense's request. Since he was responsible for guarding the room, we should hear his testimony. Fortunately, he works in the police department. We shouldn't need longer than 20 minutes to prepare. Very well. The court will take a 30-minute recess while the witness is subpoenaed. Will the prosecution please prepare the witness during this time? We will, Your Honor. Court is now in recess.
Oh, by the way, I got subpoenaed.
Oh, really?
Wait,
Yeah.
you got subpoenaed?
Well, the other day, my license plate was taken.
Oh,
I have
right.
to-
Yeah, they
I
stole
have to
it.
stand. I have to stand witness.
Oh,
Fun.
interesting.
Yeah.
You ever been to court?
I've done jury duty, but that's it.
Yeah. Then we learn about Squid's secret personality as a serial killer. He keeps getting off.
They still haven't catch me.
You want Lana?
There's no stopping you, is there, right? Wait, I'll just keep doing Phoenix. You can do Lana.
Okay.
All right.
What do you mean?
Emma's here too, so okay, go for it.
Oh, Emma's here too?
Yeah. You call for Jake Marshall. It seems...
I haven't figured anything out.
Lana, you're the one who knows everything.
Emma.
You always know everything. Why don't you just tell us? Mr. Wright is trying his hardest to protect you.
Yeah, start fishing. Get all that gold.
I don't recall ever asking for his protection.
Wow.
How can you be so cold?
And prickly like a cactus.
Yeah.
Don't you trust us? Don't you trust me?
No. Hope we're not interrupting anything, pals.
She just.
Huh?
Oh, I guess I am. I'll come back later.
Jesus!
She looks so sad. Wait, Gumshoe, what is it? Come back. We love you too.
You got a lot of nerve, pal, making a detective runner all around while on duty. And to top it off, you call me here. I've seen happier people at funerals. Sorry, detective. You better be, pal. Hey, 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 hey! I didn't see you there, Chief Prosecutor's guy. That's okay. So, have you brought what I asked? Oh, 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 oh.
Jesus.
You mean this, right? My apologies, detective. Due to my present circumstances, wow, he really went. I was forced to use Mr. Wright's name when making my request.
My name?
Never in a million years would I have thought it was you who asked me. Could I bother you to bring me the SL9 incident files? I'll need them by noon. Talk about crazy.
The SL9 incident?
But Lana, that's...
I thought Mr. Wright might need them, so I had them brought here. Here, you might do well to read them. I can't believe you, the chief prosecutor, were a witness in that case.
Miss Sky was a witness? Joe Dark killing.
Take it from me, you don't want anything to do with serial murderers. Yeah, no shit. Oh, what? Now that I brought you your stuff, you're just gonna ignore me?
Emma? But why? Why is your
That's
name
still
in
you.
here? Well, was her parents
I don't know.
murdered?
Unless...
Were her parents were murdered.
No, it couldn't be. Lana? This
Can't you open the court
SL9
record?
incident. Is that...
Can you open it now? Yeah, you just go read it. Should be the last thing. Oh my god, we have 3 pages now. Oh.
Fuck.
Okay.
Victims. What
No
what
What's
is
the
their
Sky.
last
guy's name? Oh,
Sky.
Sky. Sky.
There's no skies. Oh, actually, did you look at the victims again?
Witnesses.
Oh, they're both witnesses though. Wait, look at the victims again, real quick. Look at that bottom right one.
Neil Marshall.
Neil Marshall.
Okay.
Wait,
Huh.
we do know Marshall, don't we?
Yeah, we just called him into court.
Oh, I'm stupid.
Oh, and there's Angel Starr and Jake Marshall and Bruce Goodman.
Investigate.
How is he
Damon Gann.
investigating?
This was before. This was the 2 years ago incident.
Yeah.
Before they were.
Yeah, but if Marshall was investigating his parents or his family members' murder, weird.
Yeah.
But it
They would
happens.
have taken him off the case. If
Yeah,
that was...
it happens. Just like Edward, the body was found in his car, so gotta keep it
That's
close
the
to the
classification
criminal.
number the police filed it under. 2 years ago, the rest of the world knew it as the Joe Dart killings.
Joe Dark. No. No, Lana. It's over with. No.
Emma, wait! She ran away.
You know what? I just remembered. I gotta be somewhere.
Wow, Gumshoe, you leave me hanging high and dry then.
Jesus.
Sorry, pal, but I'm out of here. Bye.
Jake Marshall, Angel Starr, Damon Gann, Miles Edworth. Not to mention Lana and Emma. Everyone involved in this case is connected to those killings 2 years ago. This can't just be coincidence.
Knowing you might just be able to figure it out. Time to get back to the trial, Mr. Wright. Best of luck.
I better take a good look at this file. Interesting.
Right,
On the next episode of Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney.
Rise from the ashes. Actually, this might be the only that's 4 days. Now that I think about it.
I think the last one had 4 days too.
By law, they're supposed to only have 3 days. This one's kind of weird.
Do we need a break? We good?
I'm good.
I'm okay.
I'm good too. That's weird.
Okay. The court will now reconvene for the trial of Miss Lana's. Wow, what am I doing with my voice? Will now reconvene for the trial of Miss Lana Sky. There we are.
Yeah, it's a lot easier to enjoy it when my voice isn't bleeding. Emma didn't come back.
Allow me to call the next witness to the stand. The officer in charge of guarding the evidence room on the day of the crime. Drinking on the stand. Witness, please state your name and occupation.
Partner, I'm just a man, same as you, wandering the trails of civilization.
That's Squid, and ItzTayTay is doing Edworth and the Judge, and I'm doing Phoenix. Yeah, Tay is doing the Judge, and you've met Squid too. Squid's a streamer.
Occasionally helping the elderly cross intersections we needed. Yes, we get it.
Oh, that's such a burn.
Damn.
Oh, I know. You're a patrolman.
As for my name, if you listen hard enough, you can hear the howling wind calling it out.
To be exact, is Jake Marshall, Your Honor.
Howling wind? I've never heard Edwards described that way before.
Now, Mr. Marshall, let me ask you something. You were in charge.
Yeah, I missed everything after charge. Can you say it one more time?
You were in charge of guarding the evidence room on the day the crime took place.
Yeah,
I didn't
don't know
stumble
why
the first time.
He's like,
you got the worst take. Is this correct? I did it perfect. He said do it again. I stumbled all over it. Is
Time
this
for
correct?
warheads? Oh Lord, Ducky.
According to the papers, partner.
What do you mean?
A desperado's soul is as boundless as the desert sands. No paper can sum it up.
He really went into this.
Maybe it's best we get on with this quickly. Please share with us your testimony of the day of the crime.
All right.
Bruh.
In plain old English. No cowboy.
Fine.
Damn it. My job was to keep a wary eye on that bone orchard.
They grow bones?
They said I was supposed to make rounds 3 times a day, but that ain't my style. Besides, the room's protected by 2 security systems anyway. If I remember right, I was at a street side saloon at the time it went down. I'm just an innocent traveling man, so if you're out of ammo, it's time I hit the track.
He has a never-ending beard.
I can't say I particularly care for your attitude. Did he just say he abandoned his job on the stand?
I can't say I care for your beard, but you don't see me complaining.
Whoa.
Ooh. Yeah, he doesn't it grows constantly. He said, "Oh, well, the role is to patrol 3 times a." So I guess he does go to a bar instead of guarding.
He was just
I
come
guess.
out. He's supposed to be to say, I love this guy. Great. What the?
Hmm?
If you see
Was that
him
a
drink, is everything all right?
was that a kettle I heard, Tay?
No, it's my fan. It's okay.
Oh,
I thought he was sucking on his knife the first time I saw him drink, and I was so confused.
uh,
Wait a minute. What do you mean by 2 security systems?
I mean the security cameras and the ID card reader. I reckon even a cowpoke like you knows about those.
Yes, well, about the fingerprint activated locks on the evidence lockers?
Fingerprint activated locks. What kind of newfangled doohickeys are those?
He's not being very helpful.
He's not that good with machines or with following orders.
Everyone's got their weaknesses, now don't they, Mr. Prosecutor?
This one seems like trouble. Okay, Mr. Wright, he's all yours.
Let's go.
Tear him apart.
I press Q. How exactly did you keep an eye on the evidence room?
I just made sure nothing moved in the security camera monitor. That room's so still, even time dies down. Sorry.
That's
Even
good.
time dies in there. I was just a caretaker who interred the recordings.
Oh, Ducky, come to Florida. There will always be flies in your room. You interred them? Just get a lizard.
Videos of nothing aren't that useful. When the time would come, I'd erase the tape.
If nothing unusual is recorded, tapes are set to be erased every 6 hours.
Each time I'd erase a tape, I felt like I was erasing a part of my life.
This guy has a flair for the dramatic, but isn't going to do him any good. So in actuality, you didn't physically enter the evidence room. Wait, I thought you liked this guy. But you made your rounds on the day of the crime, right?
No, it's Bose who likes the guy. Bose.
Oh,
Ain't
Bossy.
you heard a word I
Boss.
said, partner? I told you that ain't my style.
Afraid I don't understand.
No desperado I know lets rules get in his way.
You're
He
supposed
just
to
doesn't do his
uphold the
job.
rules. Is it what?
He just doesn't do his job. He's
Yeah,
really just saying.
as simple as that.
No desperados I know join the police force, right?
So, Officer Marshall, on the day of the crime,
Just between you and me, I didn't set foot in the evidence room that day.
there was a rubber glove stuck in the victim's locker. Do you know anything about that?
Sorry, partner. Can't say I do. I haven't been in that crypt in weeks.
Weeks. How does this guy avoid being fired?
Good question.
How does any of them still have their jobs?
Right? You used to be a detective, so you've used the evidence room in the past, correct?
Of course. Back in the day, my locker was a gold mine of evidence.
And yet, you didn't know about the fingerprint locking mechanism.
Sorry, partner. I ain't good with machines. I couldn't even tell you how a bike works.
That's quite, incredible.
The sensors on the locker handles cannot be seen. It's well known that some detectives are unaware of their presence.
Now that he mentions it, Gumshoe said something like that, too.
At
Drugs
any
in his
rate,
locker?
it doesn't seem that this is relevant to the crime. Probably at some point. Can you tell us what you were doing when the crime took place? I assume like evidence.
What were you doing in a place like that?
I was eating spaghetti.
Okay.
Spaghetti.
Not even Angel's steak lunches can beat that parlor's Vongul sepia pasta.
Do you mean to tell us you abandoned your police duties to eat some noodles?
Not all desperados eat tacos, partner.
That's not the problem. That's not what I meant. I hope this has at least taught you a lesson.
That's strange. This is usually where Edgy says, "Did you not want to raise it? Did you not want to raise this year?"
No, you had to do a Taylor impression for it.
Did you not want to raise this year?
Perfect.
Ooh, sandwich is good.
I appreciate the noises.
Out of ammo, Officer Marshall? I was curious what that meant. Food is very important.
That's right, partner. Or as you'd call it, evidence. If you plan to pin me to this crime, then you'd better draw. Otherwise, you're just wasting my time. My steel horse is waiting to carry me back west into the sunset.
One thing seems clear. Despite being responsible for guarding the evidence room, the witness doesn't appear to have seen anything.
Okay, but spaghetti is tacos over all kinds of pasta? Because there's some damn good pastas out there.
Texans don't take orders from anyone. Everyone knows.
Apparently your superiors don't. Okay, I have a trump card up my sleeve, so I'd best keep my cool. Before I use it, though, I'd better up the ante.
What?
We have, like, his fingerprints, remember?
We have his fingerprints, so he was definitely in there. Well, we already pressed this. He said he looked through the camera.
Oh, okay.
You can skip through it all. Yeah, we pressed everything.
Yeah, we've done this. Yeah, when the time would come.
2 in the morning, so your personal wizard is resting, so no teleporting. Oh. Damn.
Welcome back, Albino.
Welcome back, Albino, yeah.
Okay. I assume... Wait, where's the one that says he wasn't there?
This one.
I guess?
No,
Yeah.
2 weeks. 2 weeks. Didn't he say he hadn't been in there for 2 weeks?
Yeah, but that was from
Oh,
a
that was him,
press. I don't think it's from a...
Yeah, okay, you're right.
I don't know which one. Maybe it's this one? The second one is where we pressed and got the I haven't been there in weeks. This one's also kind of saying it. I'm not sure which one's right. But it should be the fingerprints. It'd be like, hey, you were there.
What's up? We are having fun. We're lawyer and cowboy. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
He's. I don't know if he's a killer or not.
Okay.
Officer Marshall, doesn't it strike you as odd that you being called in to testify? That is, you being called in to testify like this. After all, you weren't in the security room at the time of the crime.
And yet, you dragged me to...
You bet your booty we did.
Explain yourself, partner.
It's quite simple. You left a very large trail behind at the scene. Or, to be exact, a handprint.
Listen real good, partner. Like I said, I'm the caretaker of that crypt. I pay my respects, that is, make my rounds, about once a month.
Wow.
It's only natural my fingerprints will be in there.
He's supposed to do it 3 times a day, and he does it once
Right?
a month.
I only wish it were, officer. You should really watch It's Always Sunny in Phil. Charlie is a lawyer, and he's the worst lawyer ever. Worse than this guy? No, we like it.
Phoenix,
He's
right?
not a bad.
Oh. I was like, what?
Yeah. Okay, we can't really make that comparison. It's on my list of things to watch.
Worse than pain.
But you see, your fingerprints were covered in blood.
What?
He has spurs on his boots.
Witness, what is the meaning of this? I didn't notice that. It's funny. Your bloodstained fingerprints were at the crime scene.
The blood was wiped away. However, a luminol test clearly revealed this. Well, Marshall, we're just gonna watch him shave for a little while.
It seems to me there ain't a person in this room with a head on his shoulders.
I take it you have an explanation then, Officer Marshall. About the bloodstained fingerprints. Very well. You may begin your testimony about your fingerprints. Found at the scene of the crime.
There's a whole tale of that sentence that you haven't read yet. Yeah.
Yep.
Like I said, it's only natural for my fingerprints to be in that evidence room. One of them just happened to be at the same place as the bloodstained handprint. The murderer touched the locker where my fingerprint was by chance.
What is my favorite case so far?
The bloodstain and the fingerprint are completely unrelated.
I think the one where Edgy was accused.
Yeah, turnabout goodbye.
That was a really good one.
Or didn't you know the murderer was wearing gloves? See, I had nothing to do with it.
How does he know that?
Yeah, how would he know?
The witness's explanation appears valid. That's the...
Second or fourth? I think it was the fourth.
Life wouldn't be fun without any doubt, partner.
True.
The defense may now cross-examine the witness.
This guy's hiding something. I can feel it.
Yeah,
The
they
alert
were...
sound from Metal Gear Solid. I haven't played it. Don't know.
Whenever they spot you, it's like a...
Weep.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, Blood Tide. How's it going?
Okay.
That's because of you. How did you put it? Hey, your respects once a month?
Yeah, that's right. That and one more thing. That locker happens to be mine.
Ooh, for some reason that did not scare me. I'm good with that. What you up to today, Blood Tide?
What? What do you mean?
I mean what I said. That's the locker I used when I was a detective. The locker I still use. All that's in there now, though, is a heap of broken dreams.
Oh, I see.
It'd be strange if my prints weren't all over that locker.
Apparently his fingerprint data was never removed from that locker's programming. He must have been using the fingerprint lock all this time without ever knowing it. Has been doing nothing? Hey, nothing can be very therapeutic. Your mouth is getting used to it, probably. That's. I can still. Can that sour stuff? Can that cut a hole in your stomach? I guess not.
I'm not sure.
I mean, if you have enough of it, I would assume it would, but...
He's crazy. What was that? Oh,
whenever Marshall does the
Oh,
drink, he makes the noise with it.
Oh, God.
I make the noise with my throat.
So then, what about the bloody handprint?
Wasn't mine. It's no mystery.
Please explain.
My locker is covered with my fingerprints. It just
Did
so
we already
happened.
do this?
No. Maybe. Alright. Yeah. You're fine.
Unrelated.
They're as different as night and day. Kind of like cereal and cereal. One's got to do with breakfast, while the other's a type of murder.
Thank you very much for that clarification.
He's right. Although seemingly alike, they're totally different.
Oh my god!
Okay, the judge is dumb back down. We're okay.
I don't see what homonyms have to do with this.
Homonyms.
How do you know the murderer was wearing gloves?
Yeah. Oh,
Oh god,
thank
Henry.
you.
Hey Henry, how's it going?
I may be a loner, but I still do my job. I keep reports.
There was a blood stain at the scene, thought to be left by the murderer.
Yeah, they don't let him bring knives on the stand either.
Yeah.
That's okay. I figured you were busy. That's right. It was found on Detective Gumshoe's locker. You were busy. I was just telling you what we were doing.
However, no fingerprints were detected on that handprint.
Oh yeah, I think we tried that too.
So that would mean the murderer, wearing gloves, happened to place their hand on top of Officer Marshall's fingerprint.
That's the only logical conclusion. Are you starting to get the picture, partner?
The picture? That was an accurate sound effect, by the way. Ducky.
This seal of blood in the desert is just food for the buzzards.
He was asked to use English.
There's only one reality, and that's this.
Back to the video.
The security tape. Yeah, good night, Ducky. Sleep well.
So long as my trail isn't in there, you can't say otherwise.
This isn't getting us anywhere, Mr. Wright. Please consider carefully where you're going with this cross-examination.
Oh, Ducky, I have always really loved the game. But it's hard to read for... Like, even if I stream for 10 hours, it's not reading for 10 hours.
Yeah, doing it all out loud is...
Oh, yeah.
A lot.
Like, I would have probably done this entire game in 1 week if I wasn't reading. But I like sharing things with you guys, and this is even more fun sharing voice. Yes, Your Honor.
Now then, continue your testimony, Officer Marshall.
People who are doing the voices enjoy the day.
Thank you, Ducky.
Thank you, Ducky.
It's only Taylor and Squid in here. Henry could probably do it one day. We'll be doing this again for sure. We'll make Henry do a female voice. That'll be interesting. Oh, no worries. You don't have to remember everybody. It takes a while to learn everybody's name.
I guess we can just press this, yeah.
What do you mean by that?
You want to tie me to this crime. Isn't that right, partner?
Darn tootin'.
If so, that video's the only direct evidence you have.
But that video is next to useless. It's full of blind spots.
Blind spots? What?
Places you can't see. Is this going to be another insertion?
I guess.
Camera's fanning back and forth. The floor isn't shown.
Yeah, did he lay down, like, crawl?
Do I have a say in this? You do have a say in this. But I think everyone has done a female voice. You have returned. I mean, can you imagine Kenny doing a female voice? If someone was familiar with the camera's position, they could leave the room without being caught on tape.
Mm-hmm.
Objection. We don't have time for your speculations, Mr. Wright. Well, Mr. Wright, if you can show us evidence in this video that indicates Officer Marshall was present, please do so now.
Ooh.
Very well. Allow me to point out your mistake, Officer Marshall.
Tread carefully, Mr. Wright, or you might wind up being the one making the mistake. Thanks. Now then, let's have another look at the video. Here comes the music.
Yeah, Canoe, if you ever want to do like an episode of this, that would be cool.
Show us this incriminating evidence of the witness, Officer Jake Marshall. Do. Do you remember which one is his locker?
So this is Gumshoes. His is like
Yes.
the first one.
His is to the far left.
Yeah, the very left there. Yeah.
Oh, the thing is not hanging out anymore. Remember, there was a mess.
Yeah.
Oh.
You can fast forward if you want.
Yeah.
But don't you want to hear the music?
Sure.
Uh,
The flag is just like perfectly over his face.
Yeah, the flag.
boom.
There, right there. We got you.
Say that.
Bringing your attention back to the security camera is a mistake I'm afraid you'll soon not forget.
The days are so are our tempers. Could you sum up what you have to say in 8 words or less?
You're calling me long-winded. Very well. You can clearly be seen in this video.
Exactly 8 words. Not bad, partner.
I got skills. The key lies in the certain locker shown in the video.
That locker with the white claw sticking out. That was the witnesses, I believe.
Now then, let's rewind the video a bit.
I don't know why the judge decided to cut in there.
Yeah. I was just taking Edward's lines and my lines, for sure.
He just kind of jumps in and does whatever.
Yeah.
Judge is a wild card.
Yeah.
Oh, the white cloth. It's gone. What's the meaning of this, Officer Marshall?
When the crime took place, the white cloth wasn't there. Then it suddenly appeared. There's only one explanation. Officer Marshall, you were in the evidence room at the time of the crime. What's more, you opened your locker when the camera was turned away. It's sus.
Order. It would seem that you only...
Hold your horses! Sorry, partner, but you got the wrong man. So what if my locker was open? That doesn't mean I'm the one who opened it.
I really want to see his discombobulated face. I can't wait to see it.
The murderer needed to hide something, so he opened a locker and stuck it in. It's not my fault he happened to choose mine.
He doesn't get it, does he?
No.
Why is everyone staring at me like I'm a wanted man?
This guy isn't just playing dumb. He really doesn't know. I hate to rain on your parade, but you're the only person who can open that particular locker.
Oh yeah? I call your bluff. You say I opened that locker. Now prove it.
Look at how the lockers are done.
I think it's the 3rd page. Yeah. What?
Why are the characters I like always the bad ones?
I mean,
Oh, I didn't present.
there's a lot of good villains.
There's nothing wrong with liking a villain.
Fingerprint sensor?
We talked about this earlier today. Lockers can only be opened by the detectives they belong to.
What kind of crazy talk is this?
What is he holding?
Well, Detective Gumshoe did mention something about this.
I think it's like jerky. In any case, the locks aren't obvious. There are even some people in the force that don't know about the fingerprint locks.
So, Sheriff, what do you have to say in 8 words or less?
It
does look like jerky.
I only got one word for you, partner. No!
Oh. Order, order, order. Witness, explain yourself.
If this is a joke, it's the worst I've ever heard.
I assure you, this is no joke, Officer Marshall. Now then, please tell us, what were you doing in the evidence room at the time of the crime? Yeah, that sound alert is Squid who's doing Marshall, teasing the fuck out of me.
Oh, they? What? Oh, they? Please answer the question.
What is he now, a bullfighter? That's alright, Officer Marshall. I believe we can figure out the rest from here.
We can?
Have a look at these floor plans. There's no place for someone to hide in the evidence room. Yet, Officer Meekins didn't see Officer Marshall.
Yes, sir.
If that's so, then where was the witness? It seems Mr. Wright has an answer.
That's right. The only possible conclusion.
He hid in the locker. Well then, let's hear it.
He's kind of skinny.
Where was Officer Marshall at the time of the crime?
Hiding behind...
Ooh.
So, the K in this scenario is Meekins. And the V is the guy in the white coat.
Yeah.
So...
Officer Marshall was standing right there.
There? But that's where the victim, Detective Goodman, was. He has less facial hair.
Correct, unless the man wasn't Detective Goodman. I believe the victim in the video is Officer Marshall. It was you, dressed up like Detective Goodman.
Objection. But that's preposterous. Officer Meekins witnessed the detective at the crime scene. Once he saw the man's face, he'd know for sure.
May I point out, though, that Meekins did not know Detective Goodman. He also testified about the man's reaction when confronted.
When I entered the evidence room, I asked him to show his ID, sir.
Yes, and how did Detective Goodman respond?
He suddenly pulled a knife on me!
Reprisal of Meekins.
Something about the officer's story puzzled me. If the man had his ID card, why didn't he just show it?
Yes, he would have needed it to enter the evidence room, so he must have been carrying it.
The answer is simple. He couldn't show it. As you can see, Detective Goodman's picture is on his ID card.
There's no picture. Oh, I get it.
Can't you clearly see the picture? Come on. If he showed that, his cover would have been blown. Officer Meekins would have realized the man wasn't Goodman. Do you have anything to say to this, Officer Marshall?
You got quite an imagination, partner. We got a term for that. It's called circumstantial evidence.
Circumstantial evidence? He's still denying it.
You're gonna have to do better, detective. Unless you have hard evidence proving I dressed up as the victim.
I do, actually. Because his, regular clothes were hanging up in the guard station.
Well, true. They might have been extras on them. I can't say I particularly care for your uncooperative disposition.
I can't say I care for your beer, but you don't see me complaining.
He's guilty. Well,
He's
Mr. Wright,
guilty.
do you have any evidence proving beyond a shadow of a doubt that Officer Marshall dressed up as the victim?
Well, who am I kidding? I don't have anything like that. Of course I do.
I can see the fear in your eyes, partner. Seems you're the one who couldn't take the desert heat.
Ah, this can't be happening. It's so obvious he's the one. What can I do?
Tisku, tisku, tisku. It looks like your lack of experience has finally been exposed. I'll pass on to you what someone once told me when I was just starting out. When you run into a wall with no place to go, return to the basics.
The basics? For me, that would be what Mia used to tell me. Phoenix, try thinking outside the box. I shouldn't look for proof that Officer Marshall was in disguise. I shouldn't look for proof that Marshall was in disguise. But rather, I should look for evidence that came about because he was in disguise.
Why do you think this locker was opened in the first place? What do you mean? There's no reason for Officer Marshall to open his locker at the time. Yes, he did, despite the chance that it might be discovered later, as it has been.
Which means he didn't originally plan to open his locker. Yeah, he had to stash the outfit, maybe.
According to the defense's argument, Officer Jake Marshall dressed up as Detective Goodman at the time of the crime. Then, after the crime was committed, he opened his own locker for some unknown reason.
Henry, did you want to participate? Because the case is coming to a close, right?
No.
Oh, okay. Henry, if you want to read.
There's another investigation in court segment.
Okay. Yeah, let me know if you want to read. You don't have to do a girl's voice.
The fact that a white cloth is sticking out of the locker seems to indicate that he opened it in order to put the cloth inside. So, just what exactly is this piece of cloth?
Perhaps the video is the key to all our unanswered questions. I don't have any evidence, so this video is my only shot.
Very well. Let's take yet another look at the security tape. After committing the crime, the witness opened the locker to put away the white cloth. Please show us why the witness had to open his locker. Dun, 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 dun.
Fast forward.
Oh, right.
Yeah, we're almost 2/3 of the way through this case.
He would have had blood on his outfit.
Yeah, right there.
Right there.
Yeah.
So, no. Go back like 7 seconds.
Rewind and point out the blood.
Rewind and point out the blood?
Yeah.
Yeah. It was all over his shoulder.
Boom.
Right there. Oh.
Back it up. Back it up. Back it up. There you go.
Yeah. Take that. Wait, you presented the badger, I think.
Oh.
I
I didn't, because I didn't touch the shoulder. Alright.
Alright, partner. You really want to know the reason I had to open my locker?
Why?
So I could stuff you in there.
Jesus, he killed us.
Huh?
I'm sure the world will be a better place with you sent off to the boneyard.
Is he threatening to murder us in a court of law?
Right.
Like, can we just arrest him? Unfortunately, unsolved cases can't be stored in the evidence room.
I'm an unsolved case. Alright, let's go.
According to the defense's argument,
Oh,
I already read this.
yeah.
All right, yeah,
We
just
just started
Yeah.
here.
just to span through
I
this.
just gotta touch the right thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
White cloth open. So there's a lot of talking back to.
Dot, dot, dot.
Why does the music play still? We're not
Oh
watching
my
it.
god.
So I like leave it on in the background.
Fast forward.
Oh, keep going. It was like right at the minute mark. Yeah.
Stop! Will you play? Ah.
No.
Get up, please. Back it up, up, up. There you go. Point.
There. Domino's computers. For some reason, you disguise yourself as Goodman. Enter the evidence room, though you don't know. Though I don't know to what end yet.
Yet.
However, something unexpected happened. Officer Meekins barged in on you. When asked to show your ID card, you pulled a knife on him. However, Officer Meekins panicked, and the white coat you were wearing was soiled with blood.
A bloody white coat?
You couldn't just walk out like that, so you hid the coat in your locker.
Not bad, partner.
Ah.
Now then, Officer Marshall. Are you ready to tell us the truth?
Looks like I underestimated y'all. I hope you're happy now, Mr. Edgeworth.
Yeah.
2 years ago. If you were only half as persistent then as you are today, we all wouldn't have to be here now. Now would we?
Officer Marshall, tell the court what you did. All of it.
It seems the time has come.
Testimony.
Give me a minute.
Almost there.
There's a lot here. Okay. I had to do it that day. I couldn't just stand by and let it die. I stole the detective's ID and dressed like him. I planned to take out the evidence. I wasn't expecting Officer Meekins. I knocked him out. He managed to escape. I knew which areas couldn't be caught on the camera. There wasn't any murder in the evidence room at 5:15.
So the supposed victim was really you. But there's one thing I still don't understand. Or of the evidence room. If no one was murdered, then how could that be?
Something was in the vase?
Officer Meekins managed to cut his own hand. My guess is he's a donor.
It was way too much blood for such a small donation. When you say it, you mean...
Do you even have to ask, partner?
the SL9 incident.
2 years had passed since that case was closed. It was going to completely end with the transferal that day.
Not if I have anything to say, but fuck. Anything to do with it. The incident's not over.
But what did you hope to accomplish by sneaking into the evidence room?
When a case is closed, only that case's lead detective can look through the evidence. I wanted to have a look at it myself one more time. No matter what the cost. I don't care what anyone says, partner. That case is mine.
Aw. But Officer Marshall wasn't in charge of that investigation. Why does he care so much about it?
That day was my last chance. That's why I... Well,
Why did you disguise yourself as Goodman?
if I didn't make it look like Goodman was laying out the evidence transferable, I'd be arrested for stealing evidence, which wouldn't get me anywhere.
So you did it to fool the security camera. And the detective's ID card.
I stole that the morning of the incident.
So that really was why Goodman started filling out the lost item report.
I returned his ID card. I left it on the floor in the prosecutor's office parking lot.
That's not returning it.
The ID card I found was left there by Marshall.
So essentially, you managed to succeed despite your lack of foresight.
What do you mean, partner?
I mean the fingerprint activated lock, of course. No matter how well you disguise yourself, you can't change your fingerprints. Under normal circumstances, you wouldn't have been able to open that locker yourself.
But he could because of the rubber glove that just happened to get stuck in the door. That means Goodman must have opened the locker before Officer Marshall. He pulled a knife on Meekins and tried to drive him off.
Let's just say I was a little surprised. I only planned on being in the evidence room for no more than 5 minutes. I didn't think anyone would actually come in during that short time.
Officer Meekins certainly is a 1 in a million type of person. Mistaking a detective for an intruder and demanding to be shown his ID.
Hey, Meekins did good.
I'll have to think a little more about his raise this year. Hey, give him a raise.
Hey!
When did Edgeworth get in so much influence?
Anyway, he threw himself at me and I ended up cutting him slightly. I'm sorry it had to turn out that way. With me knocking him out and everything.
By the way, what happened to your knife?
Oh, you mean this one?
I don't know what to say.
So you knocked Officer Meekins out and...
That's just good.
So you did your research. You did your research beforehand.
Those who go into the desert unprepared don't live long, partner. I didn't think it would make a difference though. The security tape is erased every 6 hours. If all had gone as planned, no footage.
However, you bloodied your coat in your struggle with Officer Meekins.
If someone was in the security room when I came out, the jig would have been up. I opened my locker and stashed it in.
What Officer Meekins doing? What was Meekins doing during that time?
What else? He was sleeping like a baby.
So what you're saying is, that day... Okay...
But the blood found at the scene certainly indicates a crime took place.
What are you, blind? The victim shown on that tape is me. And I'm not dead yet, partner.
So, you stole the evidence from the locker.
Actually, no, I didn't.
Why not? It's right there.
When I
It
opened
was
the locker,
empty.
The evidence was already gone.
Oh. What? Mr. Edgeworth, where's that evidence? It's still missing, Your Honor.
Well,
Goodman's locker was already empty. Someone else stole the evidence. Officer Marshall, may I ask you one thing?
fire away, partner. It's a free country. Just remember, I'm also free to decide whether or not to answer.
True, true. Why did you do this? Stealing a detective's ID, injuring a police officer? This is no small offense.
Did my mic not pick up?
No, it didn't. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. Moreover, you're an officer yourself. This will have serious consequences. It can't just be forgiven with a simple cut in salary.
Not that salary cuts are ever a valid solution.
Like I said, this isn't your case. This one is mine. And I'll do anything it takes to get an answer I'm satisfied with.
The witness has an unusual amount of zeal. Let's hear more. Oh, this is new.
Oh, is it? Sorry.
Yeah,
That case was solved 2 years ago, wasn't it?
that's the reason the evidence was stored in the evidence room. Joe Dark was convicted for his crimes. One thing I can say for sure is he deserved his sentence. I remember the Joe Dark case. It involved serial murders, didn't it?
I don't intend to complain about how it turned out. But there's something that still bothers me. Something went down at that trial. Something no one will talk about.
What happened?
I don't know. That's what I'm trying to find out.
Why is he so concerned with that incident? Maybe I should present him with what I think is his real reason. I had a feeling we'd wind up here sooner or later. Everyone involved here is related in some way to that case. I'd better take another look at the files.
That's like 4 times now that the camera has moved over to Edgeworth with 3 ellipses and then moved away. It's like, all right, great. All right, to the last one. So was any murder? I can't just forget the SL9 incident.
This one.
Yeah.
Last stack.
Officer Marshall, I think I understand. I think I know why you care so much about the SL9 incident.
Sounds like you've been sipping too much cactus juice, partner.
Uh-oh. I have the SL9 incident file here. The name Marshall is mentioned in here. In a list of murder victims. Neil Marshall. Are you related to this man?
Neil Marshall.
Yeah. I'm sure you've heard that name. 2 years ago, he received the same lousy prosecutor reward you got.
Aww.
What? A prosecutor?
You must be talking about the King of Prosecutors Award.
Now I remember. Prosecutor Neil Marshall. He handled the SL9 case before I did.
That's right. He was killed. And the case fell into your hands.
But what's his relation to you?
My brother.
He was my brother. He was investigating the murders with Damon Gant. But then,
Almost
Aw.
done.
the group of detectives I was part of worked under them. We were desperate to prosecute the killer.
Whoa.
Joe Dark. My brother fought Dark and was killed.
Aw.
That was the first time Dark left behind any evidence. That was all we needed. He was arraigned and incarcerated. The case was finally closed. At least, according to the public records.
What do you mean?
My brother couldn't have been killed by Joe Dark. I knew my brother better than anyone. No one could have beaten him in a fight.
Was it Gant?
And that's it. That's your reason for your insane actions.
There's more to my brother's death than what the records say. No matter how much you try to hide it, you can't fool me.
That's 5 times. Well, at least one thing's for certain. Like, it bothers me. I'm like, all right, here we go, Edge. Oh, now we know what happened at the police department on the day of the crime. That was the last day the SL9 case could be reopened. Not satisfied with this resolution, Officer Marshall planned to steal the evidence.
Disguising himself as Goodman, he entered the evidence room. Officer Meekins confronted him, so he rendered him unconscious and fled.
Yes, this mystery has finally been cleared up. No murder took place at the police department that day.
Yeah.
Hmm?
The things that happen by chance never cease to amaze. At exactly the same time as the murder at the prosecutor's office, this fake murder was going on at the police department.
Chance? It's got to be more than just that.
So if no one was murdered at the police department on the day of the crime, that means the murder in the prosecutor's office parking lot was the real one. Which, in turn, means only one person could have committed the crime. Chief Prosecutor Lana Skye.
Objection! But wait, a verdict hasn't reached in yesterday's trial.
Objection! Which is why we examined the incident at the police department today.
But
There's only one reason the defendant was not convinced yesterday. There yet remained the mystery of the simultaneous murder at the police department.
It seems to me this boy's got the draw on you, partner.
All of the mysteries at the police department have been resolved, no doubt about it. Our sole murder took place at the prosecutor's office. The only suspect is Lana Skye. And the testimony of one Miss Angel Starr is completely incontestable.
incontestable.
Yes, it's Edgeworth. If you have a response, make it a single word or less.
Yeah. I saw that coming.
Oh, bow. I rest my case.
That's it. You're paying for dinner tonight, Edgy.
It seems this trial has reached its conclusion. There's no room for doubt. Well done, Mr. Wright. Thanks to you, I didn't need to waste my time disproving the alleged murder at the police department.
There's no doubt what I proved today is true. The apparent murder on the security camera's tape really was fake. But I didn't realize that would end up proving Lana guilty.
Now then, the time for the verdict has arrived. This court finds the defendant...
Object!
Hold it. Oh.
Your Honor, wait!
Emma?
The defense has an objection. A scientific objection. Right?
Emma, you're
What
on
do
the
you
stand.
mean, right?
Mr. Wright? Are you this girl's guardian?
Your Honor, in a sense.
Please, Your Honor, all I'm asking is for a minute of your time. Please hear me out. Mr. Edgeworth, please.
Ugh.
I don't want to leave any loose ends. You want a minute? I'll give you 3. I'm very generous today.
I'm generous, yes.
In a good mood, yeah.
Yeah.
It was that smile he had on his office earlier.
Yeah.
I was kind of in shock. I mean, finding out the SL9 incident referred to the Joe Dark killings.
Now that she mentions it, the names of both Sky sisters are in that file.
But that's when I figured it out. I mean, what Officer Marshall was trying to do that day. Excuse me.
Okay.
So I knew his fingerprint had nothing to do with the crime. That left only one thing. The other handprint.
You mean the traces of blood found in Detective Gumshoe's locker? But no fingerprints were found on it, right?
No, but I figured if I examined it scientifically, I'd be sure to find a clue.
Oh yeah, wait, wasn't she not here?
Yeah,
So I
she
ran
away.
over there and looked at it again.
So, did you find something?
No.
Great, thank you. Way to go.
Sorry. I guess I'm not much of a scientific investigator after all.
Is that all?
Please don't be mad. I'm just a high school student.
And I'm just an attorney.
But Mr. Wright, those traces of blood are the only clue we have. If we can't find something wrong with them... Please, Mr. Wright, you're a professional. If anyone can save Lana, it's you.
Me? Oh boy.
Time's up. Now then, Mr. Wright. With regard to the incident at the police department, does any reasonable doubt remain? It appears the defense is troubled by the other blood mark.
Got that from my
Yep. Looking at the floor plans, a handprint was discovered around here. Is there a problem with this?
Mr. Wright, I'm sorry I can't be of more use, but still. If you can't find anything wrong with that blood mark, Lana will be...
Please answer the question, Mr. Wright. We don't have all day.
Yes, Your Honor. If I've ever needed to concentrate, it's now.
In other words, save.
Good idea.
Yeah. Alright, cool.
What could be wrong with that handprint on Gumshoe's locker? Did they erase something I'm missing? I mean, there has to be something wrong.
Yep.
This handprint left at the crime scene clearly shows a contradiction.
Oh. And the only thing that seems he's right. You've been staring pretty intently at those floor plans. Tell me, is there a problem with them?
Yes. This is strange. Take a good look at these floor plans. Something is missing. What, the badger?
Missing? You mean something hasn't been drawn on there?
Yes. Something that, when drawn, will completely change the meaning of the blood mark. What?
Let us pray the defense isn't simply trying to buy time. You want the judge?
No.
Very well, Mr. Wright.
Oh, I like
We
the
can
judge.
switch. I'll take Phoenix. You have the judge. Very well, Mr. Wright.
If y'all get tired and want to switch, though, let me know.
It's okay. We're near.
And you can also change the voice if it's too low for you. That's what Misha Collins did.
I think we're done with Marshall's now. Thank you. Thankfully.
Okay.
What?
I think we're done with Marshall.
Yeah, okay. With all this evidence here, there's got to be something I can use.
The question is, which item can prove something is missing in the floor plans?
I mean, Mr.
Oh,
Badger,
that's...
isn't it? Oh, the blood.
No.
No,
The
no.
blood's well. I mean, the
The
blood is
blood's on there,
missing,
I
but
guess.
we're talking about the handprint specifically, though. Your first guess was right.
My first guess was right?
Yeah.
This?
No. The one you said out loud.
The Badger.
First... Oh. Why?
Because so look at the floor plans real quick.
Okay.
I guess from the blood is fine. So where the camera was, where we kept seeing the video, is down like the bottom right corner-ish. Which
Mhm.
means that the badger would be I'm sorry, it's like directly below where we're looking, which means that when the badger is there, nothing could get behind it. The locker where the blood marks on is behind the badger, which means it had to have been left before the badger was there.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah. Mm.
Did I do it wrong?
Hey, Marshall's back.
As, as they say back west, even a blind man can hit with a buckshot. So long as he's facing the general direction.
Prison the blood. It seems Mr. Wright's not sure which direction to face.
It's no use. The more evidence there is, the greater the chance of me being wrong.
Just calm down, Mr. Wright. Try and remember what the evidence room was like on the day of the crime.
What is it that bothers me about the blood mark?
We didn't get penalized.
I didn't.
That's cool. Let us pray the defense isn't simply trying to buy time.
Again.
Very well, Mr. Wright.
Gotta be something I can use.
The question is, which item can prove something is missing in the floor plans? It's the badger. Yeah.
What about that piece of plywood?
The Blue Badger, the mascot of the police force. Defender of truth, guardian of proof.
Explain yourself, Mr. Wright.
Please look at the floor plans of the crime scene. Blue Badger is not here.
So?
So, watch what happens when we put him in. This is where he was dancing at the time of the crime.
See.
Well?
Well, what?
That's right. So long as the Blue Badger is dancing here, it would be impossible to place a handprint at this spot on the locker.
What?
So that means, just what exactly does that mean?
It means it can't be done.
What are you saying? Blood traces were undeniably found on that locker.
Don't look at me. I didn't put it there.
Mr. Wright, think it through scientifically.
Emma.
On that afternoon, Officer Meekins was the one who brought the Blue Badger to the evidence room, right? After he put it down, it would be impossible to leave a handprint on that locker.
So that must mean this blood mark was left there before the Blue Badger was brought in.
Just one moment. I would not allow such far-fetched balderdash in my courtroom.
It may sound far-fetched, Your Honor, but it's the only possible explanation. On February 21st, in the police department's evidence room, blood was spilled not once, but twice.
But how?
One time was captured on this tape, taken by the security camera. Officer Meekins cut his hand from the trivial amount of blood fell. Problem is, The other time, the badger
Why?
did it.
Why is it still on the video?
Someone bled prior to the struggle shown on this tape. It had to have been. It had to have been Detective Goodman when he was really murdered.
Objection. That's ridiculous. I refuse to accept your absurd claim.
The murder portrayed in the security tape has been proven to be a fake. However, it does not explain the blood mark found on the locker.
Objection. So then, assuming murder you purport really happened, when did it take place? I demand you show evidence that proves when it occurred.
When did the first incident occur?
To summarize, the defense claims that prior to Officer Meekins being cut by Jake Marshall, who was posing as Detective Goodman, another incident took place in that evidence room.
That's right. The blood mark on the locker room proves this.
Very well, then tell us. When did this first incident occur? As Mr. Edgeworth said, proof must be presented.
Proof that shows when the murder took place. It's the log thing.
Now then, will the defense please present its evidence? What shows when the first crime took place?
I like when this ominous thing appears.
Yeah.
This?
Yeah.
If the crime took place inside the evidence room, then the killer would have had to enter it. In order to do so, an ID card would have been required.
ID card. Oh, the ID card record.
You're so
He knows.
smart, Judge.
Yeah.
Officer Meekins brought the blue badger panel into the evidence room at, let's see here, 4:50.
Let's see here. 4:50 p.m. If the crime took place before that time, then it would be 4:40 p.m. Ah! Ah! Miles Edgeworth, just what have you done?
I never would have figured you had the nerve, boy.
I keep thinking Marshall's done. He keeps showing back up. Drop the act, witness. It doesn't take a lot of thought to figure out it couldn't have been me.
Nope, I ain't getting it.
I'm afraid I don't understand either.
Now we get to use the parking ticket?
It's clear from the luminol test that blood was there. However, when the second crime took place, both Officer Meekins and Officer Marshall failed to notice the blood.
That means the blood from the first crime was wiped away by the real murderer.
Would have had just 10 minutes to murder the victim, carry his body away, and clean up the blood. Unfortunately, that's physically impossible.
You're a big, strong man.
That would mean the crime must have taken place before Mr. Edgeworth entered the evidence room.
Let's look at the chart again. There's only one other card remaining. All the sevens.
7 sevens.
Talk about a lucky number.
But wait, that doesn't make sense. How could Detective Goodman have entered the evidence room?
Since there's no record of his card being used beforehand, he must have entered along with the real murderer. That's the only plausible explanation. He went in with 7777777.
Mr. Edgeworth, please look into this ASAP. Find out whose ID number is 777777777. That's 1 7 too many, Your Honor.
At least I got the first number right this time.
Unfortunately, I'm unable to look up the owner of that ID card. At least at present.
What?
Explain yourself, son.
The ID number 7777777 belongs to someone with a rank of captain or higher.
It can't.
Someone who is a so-called executive officer. We don't have the authority to inquire into such a person's identity.
But that's ridiculous. Just now.
I'm not finished talking, Mr. Wright.
Well, I'm sorry, baby.
There's one situation in which we can be granted such authority. If an official charge filed against an executive is accepted.
An official charge?
You're all alike, aren't you? With your cover-ups and your forgeries. That's how the prosecutor's office operates. That's how the prosecutor's office operates.
Objection. I take pride in my work, Officer Marshall. I would appreciate it if you would keep your slander to yourself.
Slander, is it? Okay. Let me ask a question.
Yes?
No, not to you. To her. The defendant sitting over there.
Oh.
Your own little executive.
Lana?
Objection. Don't be stupid. She's been charged with murder. Of course, we've looked up her ID number, and it's not 777777.
Don't play me for a fool, partner. That's not what I want to ask. All I want to know is one thing about that incident.
The SL9 incident?
Answer me this, Chief Prosecutor. In that trial 2 years ago, did you really only use legitimate evidence?
Ooh.
Prosecutor.
Hmm?
Do you need the witness to repeat his question, Chief Prosecutor?
I heard him fine, Mr. Edgeworth. Sorry, I thought you said something about your computer because all I heard was
Oh, no.
Sorry.
2 years ago, I was in charge of the prosecution for that trial. At the time,
Occasionally, we felt the powerlessness of the law. At least I did.
Lana?
I became a prosecutor in order to suppress crime with the law. Before I realized it, we were the ones being suppressed by the law.
Defendant, just what are you saying?
I'll ask you again, Chief Prosecutor. During that trial 2 years ago, did you really present all the evidence? Can you look me, an investigator in that crime, in the eye, say that you did?
Chief Prosecutor, you didn't.
I don't have to, Officer Marshall.
Why won't you answer him?
Drastic crimes require drastic measures. Lana.
That's not a good answer.
That's just the way it is. We did what we had to. In order for him to get the verdict he deserved.
But Lana!
Even if it involved forging evidence. Silence.
See? What I'm talking about.
No. No!
Order.
Lana's remarks caused such a stir. The cast, god damn it. They have to wait until the following day.
They had to adjourn the court.
Yeah.
To be continued.
Okay.
God damn. All right. I need a minute or two. Yeah, I gotta go to the restroom.
A break, or we could do it. We could finish it tomorrow too.
I'm down for finishing tomorrow.
I'll be working tomorrow, so good luck.
What time do you work?
11 to 11. 11
no more
11
Meekins, at least.
No more Meekins. Meekins was so funny. The fingers like this are so funny to me. I'm surprised she admitted it in court. We can take a break.
Okay.
If you're tired.
I'm tired.
Yeah, you don't have to keep voicing it. Or rest somebody else. Or we could just keep doing it. I don't know.
I mean, I'm up for it. I just gotta go to the restroom.
When's your next day off, Squid?
Well, I work the next 2 days, so I'll
Oh.
be off
And then my work
Thursday.
week starting.
Oh.
Tomorrow works for me, or I can take a break and I can take a little break and come back. If you want to keep going. I'm not sure about making it all the way to the end though. There's still a good bit of case left.
Good.
Yeah, you still
I
have
don't
an
know.
investigation segment and then a long court segment. So
Oh boy.
So it's either finish it today or wait until.
I'd say you probably have another 3 to 4 hours to go.
Oh fuck no, I can't.
To get to the end of this case. So this is probably the best stopping point before that.
Yeah.
Okay, so say you go back to work tomorrow, right?
Day after.
Day after. Okay, and when is your week over?
The next Wednesday.
Could we do this next Wednesday? Do you have
I'm
your
done.
schedule for next week, Quinn?
Yeah, I know what I'm doing. I'm
Hold
down.
on, let me see. Let's see next week. Next week on a Monday
Wednesday.
or Wednesday. Sorry. Next week Wednesday. That will be. Yeah, I'll be off Wednesday.
Cool.
Ooh,
I'll be off that Wednesday.
That works for me.
cool. So we'll
Yay.
do it again on Wednesday. I'll even write it down.
All right.
We're
Okay.
gonna leave you on a cliffhanger, bossy. You have to pass out in bed in 10 minutes. Yeah.
Big cliffhanger.
Oh wait, it's Major's birthday. We gotta sing.
Oh
Okay.
yeah.
Gotta get Major in here. He's probably sleeping by now. Oh well.
Hmm.
Well, thanks a lot, guys, for making this was a lot of fun with you guys.
Yeah, this was fun.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
Thanks for the voices. They helped a lot. Squid, you did
Yeah.
some heavy lifting today.
Yeah, I did.
Good night, bossy. I'll come
The
back and be.
Meekins was very fun.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Meekins was funny. It was
Yes.
also hearing different voices. I don't even care if it's different voices. So like,
Uh, me though the one voice I wasn't sure of was Marshall.
well, the thing is, it's funny because Misha Collins, who did Castiel in Supernatural, he did like that
Hmm.
rough voice, and he's like, at first it was only going to be a couple days, and I could do it, but then he was like a permanent character, and I had to keep up with the voice, and it got really
Yeah.
hard.
Yeah, I
So,
just wasn't sure about Marshall.
but we can always
Marshall,
change it if you
It
he
want.
was
talks pretty
when
well.
I first looked at him, I thought of McCree from Overwatch. Um, but then my voice kind of slipped into Arthur Morgan from Red Dead Redemption 2 when he got to be more serious. But yeah, I kind of slipped between characters.
That's all right.
That was
We
a
aren't
lot of
being
fun.
judged.
Yeah,
There's
we're
no
gonna.
grading.
If anybody wants to siege, I will siege. If not, I will. Actually, I'm not in the mood to siege, so
So we're gonna
Oh,
be ending it.
yeah, we'll call it.
all
We
right.
All right.
raid somebody?
Yeah, I mean you got like 22
Magnetico is doing
viewers.
more
You should
channel.
go ahead and raid.
I know, that's what I was like, am I really ending with 20 viewers? But Henry, are you listening? If Henry wants to siege, we'll keep going. Where's Henry?
I don't know. It's been a while.
Did I not message you today? Yes, I did.
Yeah, I
I
don't
told
think
him about.
Henry's up.
Looks like he's playing Assassin's Creed.
Oh,
Did I get tagged in to the boat?
okay.
Wait, did Canoe highlight a message for $5?
Wait, what?
I don't know. In Canoe's Discord, he tagged
Oh,
me and said about to make bank. Oh,
Oh,
because I have the highlighted messages. Shit. I hate that so much. Like, why would you pay $5 to put a message on screen? Like, for bigger streamers, yes, but why are they giving it to affiliates with under 20 viewers? Under 15 viewers half the time. Alright, I'm going to go... oh, are we raiding out? Yeah, we're raiding out. Okay, we're gonna host up Magnetico. He's doing Mortuary Assistant, which I will not be watching because I would like to play it. I get it. So we shall raid him. Another voice. Another epic voice. I have a lot of behind the scenes work to do anyway. Need to do some clips and stuff. Y'all were awesome, man.
It was fun.
Yeah, it was.
It was.
I haven't done anything like this in a long
We could,
time.
like, even get more people in. Maybe.
Especially the court segments. When there's sometimes just a lot of people around.
Yeah. So maybe we'll put a call out. Maybe Henry will do some, or Canoe. Now that we have a planned schedule for it. So, but love you guys. Everybody who's still awake, go say hi to Magnetico. He is doing Mortuary Assistant. I shall leave you with another ASMR dude. And our stars today included Squid.
Mm-hmm.
And he doesn't stream, but
No.
we get him in here sometime.
You want to shout out who was here earlier too? Before it was Squid, I can't remember.
Oh, Team Canada.
Yeah, it's Canada, Mike.
Yeah.
Yeah, they Mike came in here and did some voices too. So, hey Ducky, go say hi to Magnetico. He's pretty cool. I'll leave you with another ASMR dude. Where's my raid countdown? Oh, it's going now. Bye.
Bye. I'm not sure if the buy made it.
I don't think it did. I finally found it. It was like
to drive barbs. Oh my gosh, Domino rated with 20. Hey, how's everybody doing? Hey, we're here. Oh no. Thank you for the raid. Thank you. How's everybody doing?
This
welcome.
looks.
In the middle of well, this is really hard to explain at this point.
Oh, how lovely.
Hello.
Some medieval dentistry going on here.
Welcome.
Yeah, this is
reminds me of doing autopsy in a Sherlock Holmes game.
What is mortuary assistant? So yeah, that's.
It's supposed to be like you have to do mortuary stuff, but there's like ghost stuff too. I'm trying to stay away from everything about it.
Okay.
So I don't know.
It also
I know
deals
very
with
little.
From what I also heard, it also deals with subjects like suicide.
This is the tutorial. Yeah, I have no why.
Oh, this is the tutorial.
This body. I'm so sorry, ma'am. I know I didn't take you out to dinner, but
All right. I want to go take a nap. I will see you guys later.
All right, bye, Squid.
Bye.
Thanks a lot.
See you, Domino. See you, Tay.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, thanks for having me, Dom.
No.